fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, WIP, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you are working on and work alongside while I chat. Or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I am going to be working on my Spangler kit that I'm trying to complete this quarter. This is called Afternoon Tea by Diamond Art Club. I haven't got much further on this than you saw in the last one. In fact, I don't think I've worked on it since then because I've been working on my downstairs kit. So let me rearrange things so I can zoom into where I'm going to be working, and I will be right back. All right, so now that I've got everything set up, my notes, got my timer going, got my drills ready to go here, let's talk about what's going on in my regular life. You guys, I feel like time is simultaneously flying by and also dragging at the same time, if that's somehow possible. So not a ton of things going on in my real life other than it's been rainy and cold. Everyone keeps telling me that we had a really mild winter, so summer's just around the corner. We had one really warm day, and since then it has been cold, gloomy, rainy. In fact, it's raining the last couple of days. Today, yesterday, and today have been super windy. Like it gets so windy, it sounds almost like the roof is going to come off the house. Hopefully it won't. We've survived the last couple of windstorms with no damage, so I'm assuming our roof is good. We did get woken up earlier this week. It sounded like somebody was scraping a bucket down the end of the road. You know how when they're doing road construction, they use like a scraper to scrape up a layer of asphalt before they put a new one down? That's what it sounded like. It was super loud. I told my husband we need to plant like some shrubs or a hedge in front of our house just to cut down on some of the road noise. But they were out filling all of the potholes, so I guess I can't complain too much because I would like the potholes filled in. But it was just super loud. And hubby was complaining because he's been on the hunt to buy a lawnmower because it has been warm enough that everything is kind of greening up. We did have a frost warning the other day. I think I just said that, but the grass is now growing. There's leaves on the trees. Not all of them, but most of them. So spring is on the way, although it's not here yet. Anyway, hubby's been looking for lawnmowers, and we decided we wanted an electric one rather than a gas-powered mower. And so he's been doing all kinds of research. We were laughing the other night because he was watching a video of a guy doing a comparison of 3 of the popular brands. It was like an hour-long video, and we sat there and watched that, and I was like, man, people are going to be like, hey, Daphne, what'd you do Saturday night? Oh, I watched an hour's worth of lawnmower comparison with my husband. Woo! It was interesting, but I'm sure that's how I know I'm old, right? Anyway, hubby had been comparing a bunch of different brands and trying to see what we could get here because some of the stuff we can't get here, so whatever. Okay, so I was going to do the E's, but this is an AB, so I'm going to sub in my ABs here. So while he was doing all this research, he got an email from Canadian Tire, and one of the ones that he'd been looking at was on sale, like $200 and some off. So he's checking on it. Okay, they have one in store here locally, so I can just drive down and go pick it up. So he drives down there, and it's listed for the regular price, not the sale price. So he talks to one of the associates and says, well, I got this email and says it's on sale for this. So the guy checks it with his little scanner thing. Nope, it's this price, which was the higher one. And he's like, but your email says it's supposed to be this price. I said, he looked at you and said, do you want the manager because I don't get paid enough to deal with you? He laughed and said, no, the guy just said, do you want the manager? The guy showed the manager the email, and it was an email from Canadian Tire Corporate saying this lawnmower is on sale. The manager's like, okay, well, I guess we're going to sell it to you for that. So he was super proud that he managed to get this for like, I keep saying 200. He says 300. I think it's somewhere in the middle, but anyway. I've also decided that bragging about sales and how much money you saved and all that kind of stuff is a local pastime here because every time we go somewhere, we go to my in-laws' house, they're always talking about, oh, I got this on sale. Oh, I got. My sister-in-law tells a story about getting 3 shirts for $25 for her husband for Christmas at least once every time I go over there. So he was so proud of himself that he saved all this money on the lawnmower. And then, of course, we get it home, and it has done nothing but rain since he bought it, so he can't test it out to see if it works the way he thinks it will. So I'm sure the next time we go over to the in-laws, he's going to be bragging about he got this lawnmower for $300 off. I even had somebody stop me in the grocery store. I was getting some pop for my husband, and this guy walks up to me and says, "Ma'am, if you're going to buy the Coke, don't get the 12 pack. You should get the 24 pack. It's on sale and it makes it cheaper." And I was like, "Okay, thanks," because I just am really bad about paying attention to that kind of stuff. And we don't normally buy the big 24 case because we don't have room for all of it. I suppose we could put it down in the basement or something, but I really want to go to Costco and try out a Costco. The nearest one is 3 hours away from us, but I have been assured it's worth the trip to save some of the money. And now that we have, I still need a chest freezer. We don't have one of those. I want a chest freezer so we can buy meat when it's on sale because we just don't have enough storage with our small refrigerator. The freezer is always full of boxes, so I don't have any room to like save a bunch of meat. Our old house, we used to have an upright freezer in the basement, and that's what I want. I'd be happy with a chest freezer. In fact, I thought about putting it out in the shed, but the little shed that's attached to our house does not have any electricity run to it. So the big shed has electricity wired, but it doesn't appear to be connected to anything. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. Anyway, so he hasn't been able to test his lawnmower, but yeah, we're doing okay. So he bought a lawnmower, and he also, while he was there, bought a new battery for his car. I asked him if he was going to be able to change it himself because the nearest VW dealership is like an hour away in another town. And I'm like, so it was like almost $400 for the battery, like 330-ish, somewhere in there. And I said, how many hours of labor does it take? And he's like, well, I think I can do it. He was missing one socket or something of a size that he needed to do it. Why can I not find this code? Oh, just staring me right in the face because it's right there. Anyway, he says he can do it, which I'm hopeful. The battery weighs a metric ton. I think he almost gave himself a hernia getting it out to the car. Then also, of course, he was going to do it when it was a nice day, and it's done nothing but rain since he bought the battery. So, because he has to take the driver's seat completely out. And of course, it's a power driver's seat, so I'm sure that's going to be nice and fun. But he likes working on cars, so if he says he can do it, but he's been driving the other car because every time we go out to start it, we have to jump it. So something's wrong with the battery. I think maybe it had something to do with supposedly his car has a built-in block heater. So I'm wondering if it just got overused during the winter. I mean, we can't even find out for sure if it has one. It says it does when he looks up the information on the car, but ooh, and that should have been AB's too. Do I want to pull all those off? Let me look at that. How far up does that go? Yeah, just leave it like that for that one. That's what I get for talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Anyway, so he's going to try it. If he doesn't manage to get it done, then we'll take it someplace and have them do it. Oh my gosh, you guys. See, this is what I mean when I say my brain some days. Like, seriously, why did I just do that? Okay, so let me spend some time picking the blues out of the browns because, once again, I'm busy talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Color were those? That was the one that was, no, this one. Okay, at least I know what color it was. I don't even know what these colors are doing in there. That's not even the color of either drills that I was using. All right, so where was I before I got completely distracted here? Let's get enough of these blues out of the way that I can multi-place some of these browns. I left my tweezers downstairs, or I'd use my tweezers for this part. It's probably actually easier with my pen to do it this way. I'd like to say I can't believe I did that, but I can. So let me make sure what symbol I'm doing here so I'm doing the right thing. Good gravy. As you guys saw from yesterday's video, I have no problem confusing myself, so certainly don't need any help, especially when I do dumb things like this. Not the end of the world. I can fix it. I just got to pull them apart. But man, why? Why did I do that? That one is still stuck on there. That's why it's not picking up anything else. Okay, where was I? Lawnmower, saving money, battery tire. It's been really interesting because everybody back in the States is gearing up for the long weekend this weekend, having cookouts and all that kind of stuff. And here I sit with a frost warning earlier this week. It's rainy and cold. I think the high is in the 30s today. It's supposed to get up in the 60s next week, I think, but I'd like it to be at least in the 80s. I don't think it's going to get that warm here, but we'll see what happens, I guess. So sorry about this boring part. You don't really get to watch me diamond paint. You just get to listen to me while I complain about how dumb I am while I separate all of these out. And I just spilled them everywhere again. You guys, I'm not safe to be let out this week for some reason. I don't know what is going on. I have spilled everything. I have put the wrong colors on. I'm not paying attention to my which one should be ABs. At least kind of picking them up while sort of multi-placing if I pick them up this way, right? I'm just picking them all up with my pen instead of doing it one at a time. I'm just picking up a big glob. Okay, I didn't want to make you guys watch that whole thing because that was super boring and I was the one doing it. So yeah, not sure why my brain decided to do that, but it did. Hopefully that will be the last time I make that sort of mistake. Good grief. All right, I need purple arrow and a number 5. So I have these all organized by DMC order, and I haven't done this kit enough, worked on anything enough to know exactly where everything is yet. So where is my number 5? And I have one black one right there. I have one like that. It's usually the ones I miss. Concentrate on this before I make any more mistakes. I think that's everything I wanted to tell you about my diamond painting life. No, I think that's everything I wanted to tell you about my regular life. I think my oldest is officially done with work for the summer now, so she's off at least from school for the summer. She was talking about getting some kind of part-time job for the summer. I don't know if she's still planning on doing that. I would love for her to be able to come visit us. See, this is why I run my hands over it, because I don't know why that one came off, but it wasn't pushed down all the way for some reason. Let me uncover the next section here. Let me move things around so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll be right back. I would love for her, like I said, to be able to come visit us, but I don't know what her plans are, so until I talk to her. If not, hubby and I will make plans to go visit her. Not sure when that will be yet, but at some point, I hope. My brother-in-law is going on a cruise with his girlfriend. They are going to be going on a European cruise. They've actually been on several before. I think the last one they went was like some up by Alaska, some whale watching and stuff in it. This time they're going to Europe, so they're stopping in Italy and France and some other places. I was like, must be nice. Not that I ever would want to go on a cruise. I don't like being on boats in big open water like that. And I've had so many people tell me, oh, you don't even realize you're on a boat, blah, blah, blah. Nope, 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 nope. Not for me. I'll let somebody else take my spot on any cruise ship because that's not something on my bucket list. Anyway, I think that's it for the third time for my regular life. I keep getting sidetracked here. So what's going on in my diamond painting life? Well, not a ton. I am hurriedly trying to get through. I wanted to finish this kit and my snowman before the end of May. I don't think I'm going to make it for this one. I think I'll get the snowman finished because I've been putting in some pretty good hours on that one. This one does go a lot faster though. The snowman is square and this one is round, so this one goes faster. But I will be starting, whether or not I finish this or the snowman or both or neither, I will be starting on my shaman kit to kick off the diamond paint along that we're doing for DP for Pets this year. I'm thinking that hopefully Monday, so tomorrow, I will post the poll on my YouTube channel. So make sure you have subscribed and also turned your notifications on so when I drop the poll, you get notified that it's out there. I'll try to remember to put a link in the Facebook group as well so that you guys can vote on what diamond paint along you want to do, what theme we want to pick for August. I got lots of great suggestions for you guys, so I felt like I had a nice mix of stuff to pick from, so that was good. And there's enough suggestions that we could do this for a while before we run out of ideas or have to repeat something. Several of them were kind of similar, so I just combined them under one name, but I'm sure you all will get the gist. And I'm actually really looking forward to it. Doing the diamond paint alongs and not having to worry about prizes and forms and shipping and record keeping and all the stuff that goes along with it is actually really nice for me. It actually makes it way easier. So it was kind of a no-brainer to do this on multiple months. So if you guys are happy to do the diamond paint alongs, I am happy to, I don't know, host them, I guess. I just like looking at cool diamond paintings that people have done. I was looking at some of the really cute ones people have finished in the Facebook group earlier today because we all have different tastes and things that I would never pick to do. Doesn't mean that I think the pictures are bad, just there's something I wouldn't pick to do. Like I tend to like really colorful, bright, cartoonish type paintings. I've done some landscapes. I have landscapes in my stash, but they're not my first choice. I'd rather have something more colorful, but I love looking at everybody else's and seeing what they've chosen to do. Every once in a while, that's how I'll discover something. Be like, that one's really cool. I want to do that one. I think that's how I discovered Jules and Vern. Periodically, I'll just go out and look and see, hey, is there anything out there that I want to purchase? But for the last 6 months or so, no, not really. And I'm kind of hesitant to buy anything at the moment. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Amazon. I was looking on Amazon to see if I could get the Forever Young trays, the 60 trays. I wish I could just buy the trays without the storage thing, but you can't. And I want 60 trays because 45 is not enough for most of my paintings. But it seems like everything I go to order on Amazon has some sort of delivery fee. So they're not calling it shipping, but they're calling it a delivery fee. And I'm like, I don't know what that is about, but half the time, sometimes it's non-existent, like $1.99 or something, but sometimes these people want like $15, $17 for a delivery fee. I'm not even paying that for the item. I'm not going to pay that in a delivery fee. That's crazy. So now I'm got to do some research and figure out, do I buy it from the Forever Young website? Because with the delivery fee on Amazon, it actually isn't cheaper to do it from Amazon. I also need to look at, I want to do a cross stitch conversion, but I don't have any blank canvases. I had a couple, but I've used them both. I don't have any glue because I was like, oh, well, I'll just print them out on paper. And then I was like, well, how do I do this to get, well, I could put glue on it or like I guess I could do double-sided tape. It's just a small thing. It's not like I'm doing a giant painting, but I don't have any double-sided tape and I don't have any diamond painting glue. Amazon CA did not have Diamond Dots glue or Diamond Art Club glue. I don't want to buy some no-name brands. So I'm going to go out later and see if I can order them from Michaels maybe. I don't know if Michaels will have it since they have their own Make Market brand now, but we'll see. Maybe I'll buy their Make Market brand glue and try that. And I used to have my own laminator, but that was something else that didn't make the trip with us. I gave it to my oldest. She does a lot of arts and crafts kind of stuff for the kids where she works. So I just gave that and my old cutting machine to her. We replaced our cutting machine, but not the laminator. I guess I could, but I don't really need one. Has anybody tried like the self-laminating sheets? Because I could probably get those at Walmart. I should look for those and see if we can order those. We did actually go to Walmart and buy some groceries the other day. We actually went for something else. I think hubby needed to buy some car stuff or something. While we were there, the youngest was with us, so we went and looked for some groceries and stuff. Some of the stuff at Walmart is half of what it is at the other grocery stores. Crazy. So we actually spent under our budget for groceries this week because we did a pickup order at Walmart because our local Walmart has to be one of the most poorly laid out stores I've ever seen. I don't know if it used to be something else and that's why, but it is a super Walmart, so it has groceries, but then it also has all the stuff that a regular Walmart would have, including garden center and all of that stuff. But like half the food is on one half of the store, and then the other half of the food is on the other half of the store, and in between aisles, there's like house goods and stuff. So it's just really weird. Instead of everything kind of being grouped together, how everything is laid out. So I told my husband, let's just do pickup and we'll see if they charge us extra money. Well, surprise, surprise, they didn't. They just charged us what our actual groceries cost. It didn't cost any extra. Because the other place we tried pickup, they padded our, I think they said it was something like 10% extra on our groceries in case, I guess, your payment bounces or whatever. But it was like they took out the 300 and some dollars like we had paid for the groceries. I mean, we literally did. The money disappeared from our bank account. And then after we picked them up, they also took what we paid for the groceries. And then it was like another 4 or 5 days before that original 300 went back in. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I already have to pay for the privilege of using a bank account. I'm not paying double for groceries and then having to wait on them to decide when they want to put it back in my account. So this way, hopefully it will be cheaper. We can go back to doing pickup, which means my husband is not wandering around the aisles throwing unnecessary stuff in the cart just because he thinks it will be cool to try it. Same with my youngest. And then like fresh produce and things that we want to get ourselves, we can just go get ourselves. Okay, you guys, I have no idea how I got on that topic because I'm supposed to be talking about diamond painting stuff. How I wandered into Walmart groceries, I don't know. Definitely going to have to put a warning about rambling on this one for sure. Okay, so back to diamond painting stuff. Oh, because I think I was talking about maybe Walmart would have glue. My local Walmart does not carry any of that stuff. I wonder if I could order it. But I'm going to try Michael's first, I think. I'm just going to look all the places and see where I can get something that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. Because shipping is ridiculous everywhere right now, it feels like. I still want to order the diamond painting rulers too. So I'm looking for diamond painting rulers, blank canvases, diamond painting glue, and what? See, now I've already forgot. Forever Young trays, diamond painting rulers, diamond painting glue, blank canvases. Okay, I think those are the 4 things I'm looking for. I also have a bunch of other websites that people have shared with me that I need to add to my bookmarks. Every time I come across a new diamond painting site, I add it to a file of bookmarks that I keep so I can go back periodically and be like, okay, I haven't bought anything from here. Let me try this company. Sometimes they go out of business before I manage to order anything from them, but that's okay. I think I'm going to order the diamond painting rulers. I did find them on Amazon, but again, it's like $8 for the rulers, but they want $15.99 delivery fee, so I'm not going to do that. There is a Canadian place that sells them, but it didn't really specify, at least if it did, I didn't see. It didn't specify which ones they're made to fit, because what I wanted was the ones that had different versions. So like one's made for the newer Diamond Art Club squares, and then there was supposedly an older version that did older squares and Diamond Dreamer Designs rounds, and some that did old DAC squares. So anyway, I think I'm just going to order the place that I found that's a Canadian company that sells them, just sells one size. And I think it's made for the newer Diamond Art Club squares, but I have some of those. So it's not like I wouldn't be able to use it. I just wanted to test out more things at once. But I also might go back and see how much shipping is going to be and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it will make more sense even to pay a delivery fee. I don't think it will, but I'll go back and just double check before I just knee-jerk order something. Or I'll try to anyway. As you can see, I get easily distracted, so who knows what I'll end up with. So I was out looking at Diamond Art Club the other day to see if there was anything I wanted to order from them. I wish they would get their rainbow trays back in. They're supposed to send me an email when they're back in stock, but it doesn't appear that's going to happen anytime soon. I was looking at the website to see if there were any kits I wanted to order too, because I do have points that I want to use, but not yet. And my points don't expire until November, so I have time to wait. Maybe by November, shipping prices will have gotten better. They haven't been better since COVID, but I can dream, right? Anyway, I was looking at the website because I was looking at stuff to see if there was anything I wanted to order, and I realized they've updated. Again, I have no idea how late to the party I am for this. I don't go out and look at it very often, but they now have, instead of clicking on it and it sliding to a new picture of the rendered image, it has a slider over the top of it, so you can slide the image, the actual art image, and then slide the finished rendering back and forth over it, so you can kind of see how they're different, which I actually found very helpful. I was looking at the Shaman, the one that I'm going to be doing for next month for DP for Pets, and there's a couple of ABs included, which I'm fine with, but they sprinkled a whole bunch of them kind of all over the canvas randomly. And I think they're supposed to trying to make it look like stars, but the original image just doesn't have nearly as many. And like they're all over the hawk and part of the horse and some of the feathers. And I'm like, I think I'm going to not put those over the animals. I don't mind putting them over in the sky, the background part, but I don't really want to put them over. I mean, the hawk is already supposed to be kind of transparent. So I feel like putting all of those white ABs over it just makes it that much harder to see in the finish. So I do like that they let you do that, because then you can really kind of judge how different from the original image it's going to be. Because sometimes, you think, oh, this image is so cool. And then when you actually get it and unbox it and look at the rendering, it's like, these colors aren't quite as vibrant as I thought they would be. Her lips look a little weird. I can't tell you how many kits that have people in them that I'm like, her eyes look nothing like they look in the original image, or this person looks cross-eyed, or this is a completely different color, or they look like they're smiling in the art and then in the rendering it looks like they're frowning. And I have seen people make a bunch of changes to paintings and do different colors and stuff like that. I don't mind adding ABs. I am not brave enough to. I feel like that takes more artistic ability than I possess to do something like that. Maybe one of these days I'll try it. I kind of approach most things with, it's just a diamond painting. Like, what's the worst that can happen is I have to pick off drills, right? Although, do not recommend. I've picked off some drills lately. When I finish the kit, I'll show you what I mean. It was not fun, but I am glad I did it because it looks so much better after I fixed what I was unhappy with. So I feel like I've blathered on enough right now. I probably could talk for another hour, but I do have a life and other things to do, and I'm sure you guys do as well. I hope this was entertaining. I hope you were able to follow all of my rambling because, ooh, today was definitely a stream of consciousness. How does this connect to that kind of whip and chat? So I didn't get a ton done, but I did make, it is going pretty fast. Finished this little section of the quilts, and I've got this little piece of the quilt. I think this is its foot. No, this is the bottom of a bowl, right? No, this is the bottom of the teacup. These are going to be little clouds and little pearls at the bottom of the teacup. Okay, cool. And then this is a book up here. All right, so I'm making progress. I'm pretty happy with that. And it's going really fast. I mean, I think this one section took me as long, it took me half as long to do this section, one section on this painting as it did to do one section on my snowman, which makes sense because the snowman is square, but still. Okay, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.